Hey Chicago, how you doing? It's Wendy. Hope you are having a fabulous winning Wednesday. Wanted to reach out to you. Hope you had a chance to see the eclipse on Monday. Unfortunately, it was a little cloudy by where I was, but got to share it with loved ones and had an opportunity to share in being able to see a beautiful scene after videos online. But in any event, basically what we do is, what did they tell you? They said, hey, make sure you follow rules. Don't take a look at the sun or the eclipse without any type of protective glasses, your solar eclipse glasses. So in any event, same concept. Excuse me, guys, phone in the background ringing. But essentially, mortgage do's and don'ts. You know, there's what they call the 10 Commandments of the. Excuse me. Sorry about the phone ringing in the background. So again, the rules are basically as follows. You know, just you've got to make sure you take the advice and direction of your lender, and realtors also do know a lot of it, especially somebody that's been in the business for a long time and understand the ins and outs of how a mortgage operates. So, but in any event, hi Kevin, good morning. The rules are pretty simplistic, though you would think that, you know, understanding everyone would know it, but unfortunately not everyone does know what needs to be done or not done at the end of the day. The keys are, you know, definitely thou shalt not buy a car. Please do not buy a car or co-sign for anybody. That will ultimately affect you buying a house future forward. At the end of the day, being able to approve for a mortgage, you already want your pre-approved, especially, it's literally 2 months. Please practice restraint, and the opportunity will help you in getting you to a point where you need to be in order to buy a home. So one, don't buy a car. We found more and more as people are coming into coming back into the market of buying a home, the opportunity is because we're told not to use our credit. Please don't use your credit cards. Minimize your usage of that, because one of the major components that add up or to contribute to your strong credit score or diminishing your credit score is ultimately going to be, thanks, Miss Paulette. I know we can't wait to get you on board to purchase. Hi, Paul. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Hi, Bruce. Just checking in, like, as far as, again, I'm sorry, getting a little distracted here, but the credit, big component about credit is not making sure you're using a high utilization. Well, what does that mean? High utilization means don't use more than, if you've got we'll just use easy number for sake, $1,000 credit line. Do not use more than $300 of that balance. Keep it under, if you can, way under the $300 mark, by making sure that you don't overutilize your credit cards, because once you overutilize credit cards, it means that your credit scores will be impacted. In any event, one of the other rules is we're finding, it's adding to the list of commandments, is we've had a couple people get payday loans. You know, those are my least favorites out there. I understand it's a business. I applaud businesses out there doing what they need to do. But if you're looking to purchase a home, please do not get a payday loan. Those are loans that's a loan at the end of the day. So it's still using credit, believe it or not. And so that's why we always want to make sure you have money available. Hi, Ayana. Great to see ya. Thanks, Helen. I am so loving you. I can't wait to help you and Lawrence together. And Eddie, I love you. Can't wait to close Janitra and Richard soon. But going back to the basics again, and again, everything's about basics. I think we have gotten so far removed in life in general, just that we are just so far removed from the basics. The basics that are core principles that our older generations have followed, what our parents and our grandparents follow. You know, if we could get back to those days of having the basics and understanding what is the core principle, we can definitely be in a better environment financially for everybody at the end of the day. So again, no payday loans. Please, thou shalt not change jobs. We need to make sure you have an average of 2 years of your job. So in the middle of the process, please do anything. Ultimately, the bottom line is don't do anything except what your lender advises you to do when you're purchasing your home. Okay, guys. Again, it's 60 days, maybe 90 to 120 days. Before you know it, it'll fly past. We're about to be in September, believe it or not. And I remember New Year's Eve, cheering to a new year in 2017. I can't wait to get in contact with you, Ayana. Looking forward to connecting with you. Hope you and the family are doing well and enjoying your summer. Any event. What else we've got? Again, basic things. Doubts are not change jobs, because we need an average of 2 years in whatever you're doing. I had a perfect example. It's also not just about the job, but also the kind of employment. I had a young lady who was a court reporter for 30 years, worked for a company, and decided, you know what, let me do this for myself, and got into her own business, doing the same exact thing. But unfortunately, she changed from being W-2 to now 1099. And 1099, you're commission only, and now there's no history or track record. Now, not to say that you can't purchase as a 1099 as a self-employed person, but you still need to have history is what we're looking at, okay? So the reality is you've got to make sure that you have history. That's the whole point. It's about having a history, something to go by. And then that way you could ultimately have the opportunity to be on a safe path and a great smooth road to purchase your home and qualify for that mortgage. What else? No bank statements. Not no bank statements, but when asking for bank statements, the key is please also don't change banks. The key is, again, consistency and history. They've got to have that. Don't Also, as far as, let me backtrack here. I want to finish this point about self-employed. There are programs that also help you purchase when you are self-employed. So, especially as we're over the last 10 years, self-employment businesses have gotten bigger and bigger over the last decade as far as being self-employed and taking charge of your own future. So thanks so much, Juan. And Gina makes a great point. Don't make large deposits. When you make large deposits, it has to be what they call seasoned, because it has to be tracked and traced so that there's no issue. As unfortunately, back in 9/11, there are issues as far as funds and money that goes into your account. It has to be able to be sourced, meaning it has to understand where that money is coming from. Okay, if you can't explain it, then unfortunately that money cannot be used. And there's been instances with clients that were in the middle of the process and money was deposited, but it was cash. Never ever, please never ever deposit cash in your bank account, because then that money cannot be used at all, because again, it has to be sourced. Okay, good morning, Michelle. Thank you so much always for supporting me and watching me every week. You're awesome. Hi, Cindy. Hope you're enjoying yourself and having a great summer. I see you and John are enjoying yourself, and those babies were so cute online yesterday. So we've talked about a few things. Thou shalt not buy a car. These are some of the main things that have been outlined. Thou shalt not buy a car. Thou shalt not co-sign for anybody as well in buying a car. Thou shalt not use your credit cards. Thou shalt not change jobs. Thou shalt not change bank accounts. A couple of the new things that have been popping up is, please don't get no payday loans. No large houses. Please make sure your money is sourced to understand. I gotta love you, Juan. Yes, he says put the money in account. I'll take it too, and we'll help you make use of that. In fact, that will be one of our next topics about cash in your bank account. And that will be, let's talk about that next week. Okay. Doing your investments, one sidebar note, the bank is charging you or giving you a 0.001% interest on your money in the bank. It's not doing anything for you. So let's find some avenues to make use of that money and get anywhere from 10, 20, 30% return. And the best way of doing it is real estate. Isn't he a funny one, Nick? Yes, and thanks so much for joining me. So I talked about a few things. Again, the mortgage don'ts is what we highlighted. What are some of the do's? Some of the do's are listen to your lender. One of the other do's is please, can I say please again? Do not try to deceive or not tell certain things about what your financial situation is. The key is to be completely honest and just 100% disclosure, 110%, 200% disclosure. You got to tell your lenders everything because believe it or not, they will find out. Don't think they will not find out because everything is linked to your social security number. So when social security number is going through the system, they will find out any information because everything's attached to you on the goodness gracious, the social security number. So if you are trying to hide something, please don't do that. We just want to work with you and help you. And honestly, if you tell us initially up front what is the actual situation that's going on with you, I can, one, connect you to the right parties to help you through this process. And then two, that specific lender, given your honest upfront situation and all the details of what's going on, it will help you go through the process a lot sooner, because then when you're hiding something to the lender, you've got to understand you are working with licensed professionals. Okay. We are professionals who are here to help you. We're not here to help ourselves. Without you, there is no us. Okay, guys. And so with that being said, just share with us everything that is going on in your situation, any little thing that you think may affect you. And please do, again, listen to your lender, because I had a young lady who was in the process of purchasing a property. And, unfortunately, we as consumers or understanding information on the marketplace, we naturally expect to pay off old debt, and old debt will help put us back on the right track. When unfortunately some old debt being paid because it is so old, depending on the age and what it is pretty much dormant. So it's kind of like underneath the radar, if you will. And then when you pull credit, you really poke the bear, and now you're causing other things to pop up. There'll be situations, like I said, when there are things that are dormant, and then when you pull credit to pull on understanding if you can qualify for a mortgage, those things that have been dormant sometimes pop up, and now you're in trouble after keeping under radar, if you will, of what's been happening. And then unfortunately those things pop up and you think, oh, well, you know what? It's something old. I know I had to pay it, so let me go ahead and pay it. Please always consult with your lender to understand if that is going to help you. We would rather have something help you than not help you. And I'll use an example of a woman who was in the process of buying a property, and she had an old Comcast bill that popped up, and she paid it. And unfortunately, paying that old Comcast bill created a longer lag time to purchase the property, and ultimately other things happened and she could not purchase the property at the end of the day. So with all that being said, the basic idea is, there are do's and there are don'ts. Just like we didn't watch the eclipse, or I pray that no one got hurt watching the eclipse with no eclipse glasses. That's the same concept here in purchasing a home. Please follow the advice that your lenders give you. We realtors as well will be able to help you through all of this as well. But the key is consult with us. We will help you through the process. There are many different programs out there that are open up for different programs. We have people who can buy properties after doing a short sale. There are people who buy property that are and that's a credit situation big time. But again, if you follow the advice that we give you, we will lead you down back to the path of being a homeowner again, or being a new homeowner at the end of the day. So All that being said, if there's any questions, please, I'm always available to chat with you. As you know, I'm here for you. I'm here to serve. I'm here to help you as best as I can, or I can connect you to the right parties. Again, it's a Winning Wednesday. Thanks so much for joining me. If you have any questions or any inquiries, you want to talk about your personal situation, I'm available, of course, at 847-420-5923, or you can also inbox me. And I hope you have a great day. It's going to be a beautiful week in Chicago, and I'm sure it's a beautiful week where else you are following me. And with all that being said, I sign off and peace out. Next week, we'll talk about, like what we said, we'll talk about how we can take your money and further invest it and make better and bigger returns. All right, guys, you have a great day. Take care. Bye.